Good morning, I am Didi Love. Please hit the like. Okay, thank you, and hit the subscribe. All right, this video is going to be a little different type of video because I woke up a little while ago, and what did I see? Now we're on to drop down gates, and immediately the first thing that I thought about, because now it's out of control, because they, $50 they going for this long, $100 they're going for this long. I thought of slavery immediately, and I was like, let my people go, let my people go. YouTube got a stronghold, let my people go. It's here where people always want to talk about racism, colorism, slavery. And that's immediately what I thought about with slavery. Where you would go on an auction block, because basically this is what this is. So I looked up, how did the slave auction work? So in the morning of the scramble auction, buyers were able to come early to inspect the captives themselves. But there were not any possibilities of private sales or negotiations. Buyers would examine the bonds people by opening their mouths to see their teeth. That stuck out to me, because what is everybody always talking about around here? People's teeth. I said in a video the other day, our people have adapted the behavior of the people they claim to hate, the people who they are always talking about, the people whom they are always calling racist, okay? And touching their arms and legs to feel how muscular they are. Examining people and reading them for their body and how they look up and down, inside and out. This is what we do to people. You see it all over the internet, all over. It is what it is. This is what it is. But this is our behavior, and this belongs to us. So I wrote a comment. What did the lady tell me? Under my last video, she said that, black people cannot be racist because it is about money and power. And, we run with rhetoric. We run with rhetoric. We believe what they tell us. The same way they tell y'all that all black people are Democrats and y'all believe that. It's not true, okay? The same way that everything's just the same way they keep talking about slavery. Do you all notice that they keep and we are guilty, the people are guilty of talking about slavery all the time too. Like on the Senate floor in 2023, they're really talking about slavery. Talk about that reparations money or shut the hell up at this point, because they're wasting our time and distracting us at the end of the day. We have current issues that are going on that need to be addressed. Serious issues, seriously. But they're keeping us trapped back in time. You know what I'm saying? I don't watch those movies. Why are we only getting slave movies all the time? What is that about? You understand? You all wanted that girl Carl Lee to go to prison. Y'all want her locked up, but the woman who lied on Emmett Till, you know what I'm saying? People weren't down there rallying to make sure her ass went to prison, because that's where we should have been. Huh? No, we're confused. But anyway, back to the slave auction that's going on around here, where you all are spending your money to get people kicked off a panel, allegedly. So, what were the key features of a slave auction? Much like a theatrical show, ringing a bell here? The auction usually took place on a raised platform, with the auctioneer, audience, and the enslaved, that would be the subscribers, I guess, too, right? Expected to enact their particular roles. Observers describe the drama of the bidding and the attempts of the auctioneer to coax the price ever upward. Observers describe the drama of the bidding and the attempts of the auctioneer to coax the price ever upward. Slave behavior. Not by choice. Our people weren't enslaved. We are free. Now here's what I also thought about. I said, imagine if we were on a multicultural panel, right? And people were paying to kick black people off. Everybody would be able to clearly see what's wrong with this picture here. But you know, we don't think that far. We don't think outside of ourselves. It's always about us. We're always the victims. This is why the rest of the world is saying stop crying and shut your asses up. Okay, you create your own problems, right? You plant the seeds for your own disrespect, right? You want to protect black women, right? We all need protection. That's what they say. You got to protect black women. This is why they won't. This is why they don't. And it's unfortunate because the latest, the latest event in the black community is the Jess Hilarious and T.S. Madison situation. And I saw the angry man. He put up a video and he said to black men, let them fight their own fight. They're strong. They can do it themselves. Is he wrong? 100%. Absolutely. And it's unfortunate because, like I told you all, the white men have been fighting this fight, baby. They've been holding this shit down and they've been doing an excellent job. But then to see a black man, well, a red man, because I don't know what he is. He look a little red. He ain't black in my, I don't know. But to say that, you're on your own. Let them do it by themselves. But when you sit back and look at a lot of things that go on within our community on these entertainment applications, you see why. I just really, a lot of people, because see what happens is when you get involved and entangled and you become obsessed with something, right? Because this is a drug. Make no mistake. You lose your way. So the same way someone who, had everything in order, life going great and shit, they start dabbling with the wrong crowd, right? Now they start doing what the wrong crowd is doing. Now they start, changing. But they don't see it because they're just enjoying themselves at the moment. But you're changing. You wake up one day, now you're on drugs or you're an alcoholic or you're not going to work on time. You don't have a job anymore because you've been running with the wrong crowd. That's why your mama and them didn't let you play with everybody. You heard? But a lot of people can't even say that because some people were not raised with boundaries, rules. You can't do that. Don't go to jail. Because, a lot of people are proud of going to prison, having their children taken away from them. Let's talk about slavery, like I said. Their children were taken away from them. They were in prison. That's why we talk about not knowing our roots and our history. But damn, we need to get in touch with our present. Seriously. Because I was like, wow. This is slavery all over again. It's slavery all over again. We can sit back and we can say what Suki Hana does and, she's embarrassed in the community. But what are we doing? What are you doing? What is your role in this? How do you participate in this? You know what I mean? Are you going up there to be judged, ridiculed, looked at, auctioned off the platform? Because this is for content creators and, just the whole game that's being played. I just need people to understand this is what it is. You know what I mean? Because see, and the unfortunate part is that we have a wide range of ages. So you got from 20s up. I would say to 98. Okay. From 20 to 98. But the people on the higher end of the spectrum, you can't go along and ride with everything. You know what I'm saying? And see, I don't watch a lot of this, and this is why. Because for what? I know better. And if it's their right to do whatever they want, absolutely. But if you're going to sit around that shit and participate, how do you forget what you know? When you know better, you do better. So I'm confused about why I know I can't be the only one who sees this way. And maybe you just didn't think about it because y'all know I'm messy and I like to come from the other side of things. I see things differently. Because it is what it is. Like I said, when I read that and it said, and I remembered about the inspection of the teeth. And I'm going to tell you all, when did we go? We went to the Dominican Republic 2017, me and my son and my daughter. We're in the airport and there's this fine ass guard. I even made a video about this. Standing there and it's this white mother and daughter. Now, mind you, the guards are not allowed to like talk to you or interact with you. You know, they're working. But these two ladies were, oh, smile. Oh, let me see your teeth. And immediately I thought about the slave auction. I said, wow. Like, and they don't get it. People don't get it, but we don't get it either. You can't be mad at them for not getting it when we don't get it. We need to apply the same pressure to ourselves that we apply to other people. Right. Oh, they disrespecting us. Oh, Asians disrespect us. We disrespect us. Y'all was mad about the Asians following y'all around the hair store. But look at all the videos and shit of them just tearing stuff down, running out of stores. And it ain't just the Asians, they do it too. When the black people open up their hair stores, they're getting robbed and ripped off too. They can't keep their shops open. Why? Because they're being robbed. Young black women opening hair salons, they were, selling expensive hair. What happens to them? They get set up and suddenly they're missing. Right. At the hands of who? Us or them? You got to take accountability at some point. But I just wanted to drop in and point that shit out because it is what it is. Let my people go. Let my people go. Let my people go. I just needed to add on one more factor. The minstrel show. Because, everyone is a celebrity. Everybody wants to be an entertainer, and there is nothing wrong with that. But let's just, always keep things in perspective and have limitations. Like I said, standards, boundaries, rules to life. Just don't do it. So the minstrel show, also called minstrelsy, was an African-American form of theater developed in the early 19th century. The shows were performed by mostly white actors wearing black face makeup for the purpose of comically portraying racial stereotypes of African Americans by playing the roles of black minstrels. There were also some African American performers and black-only minstrel groups that formed and toured. Minstrel shows stereotype blacks as dim-witted, lazy, buffoonish, cowardly, superstitious, and happy-go-lucky. I'll read that again. Minstrel shows stereotyped blacks as dim-witted, lazy, buffoonish, cowardly, superstitious, and happy-go-lucky. Each show consisted of comic skits, variety acts, dancing and music, also known as shucking and driving. I threw that in. Performances that depicted people specifically of African descent. But see, you got to remember it's black descent. Because, everybody want to say, oh, yes, we, but we know what time it is. Because now this has become our culture. This is what we do. This is what we own. Like a lot of the things that you see are what? Dim-witted, buffoonish. Right? Is that not true? That's just in our community in general all over. Like, we have to start waking up. You have to start holding your children accountable. I don't give a shit how old they are. If they're ghetto as fuck and you know that, say something. Please. It's going to cause a little friction. They might get a little mad. They'll be okay because who's the parent here? Who's the parent? What are we doing? Like, your friends. This is why I don't sit with everybody. People around here are always talking about who can't sit with them. There are some people I would never. Because of your behavior. Like, I don't believe that this is just you on YouTube. This is what we're representing. Do you all understand that? We're on a public platform. You don't know who's watching you. This is what we're putting out there as black women. We can't have it both ways. Nobody's sitting around looking at each other saying, you know what, maybe this is why they're saying these things about us? Or are we too busy distracted talking about nonsense that doesn't matter? This whole 7-hour panels about things that don't matter. I mean, damn, like, if you need that much distraction from your life, you definitely need to log off of YouTube and focus on yourself and your mental health. Because this is not normal shit. Even if you're just in the audience, if you're there all 7 hours, if you are a subscriber and you are watching all 7 hours of a live at one time, I'm not saying you don't go back and finish it or whatever is juicy, whatever. But if you're there every time a 7-hour live is going down, you have nothing else to do in your life, you need to log off and find yourself. Right, because I'm also not understanding how all of these educated people, everybody on here got 27,000 degrees, right? They're in school currently, and all kind of things are going on. And you can't tell and see what this is. You can't see this for what it is. You can't relate the two things. You can't relate that slave auction to what's going on right now. This will bid you off of our platform, because the slaves used to stand on platforms. Did we forget? See, and then you all want to fight. Y'all get mad when they say we're going to take that out of school curriculum. Clearly, y'all didn't learn anything from it, so why is it there? Right. Okay. I just came back to throw that little shade right there. Because we need shade in our life. We need people to make us say, what? Wait, what? Right. Because this is a wait, what situation right here. Then, I also thought about, like, I'm sorry. But y'all know they always talking about Lady Nika sound like a slave. And then here you are up here talking about the fucking $50 for this, $100 for that, actually promoting some slave auction bullshit. I mean, it's funny it is hilarious, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? It's not. Y'all really, stop. Y'all are hilarious and sad at the same time. Right, if you want to entertain people, people are laughing, because that is crazy. Do what you got to do to get money, but that's never been my style. And if you're listening to this and you're a young woman out there in the world, don't let it be your style either, okay? Because you hear a lot of people come up here and talk about how they done sold ass and done all of this, and this is okay and that's okay. It'll get you killed. Okay. Right. It'll get you all fucked up. It'll get you something you can't get rid of, right? Don't do that. There's so many other ways, right? Anyway, you can't listen to, this is what I'm saying, like, listen to the things that people are saying. It's just, where's the growth? Our ancestors are disappointed. You know this. Some of your mamas are disappointed, currently here alive with you, wondering what the hell wrong with you. Because I just cannot believe that this behavior is strictly on YouTube. Oh, no. And even if it's not, some of y'all are on here so much and all the time that this is your behavior, because this is what you're doing all day. Hello? Right. Free yourself. Okay? Free yourself. Let my people go. Let my people go. Okay, this is it. This last time. One more thing. When I was making the point about the woman in the comment section telling me that only rich people can be racist because they have power, and if we go by that logic, then you're telling me that poor white people cannot be racist, right? Because they don't have money and they don't have power. So what you're saying is that all white people have money, power, and privilege, and we all know that's not true. So this is why I'm saying we can't continue to just listen to rhetoric and what they tell us. We have to think deeper and outside the box. Make that make sense. I'm telling y'all, that's why they keep talking about slavery in 2023. It's our fault that they're still having that discussion. Slavery is the body count at the end of the weekend on these Democratic-run cities, okay? On our cities where we live, right? Where our children are growing up. That's slavery. The incarceration rate is slavery. Let's talk about modern day slavery. Like, come on, guys. Let's wake up. Let's recognize what we're putting out there, what we're willing to accept. And I thank you for listening to this video. You made it all the way to the end. I appreciate you. And thanks to all my people who've been sharing my videos. I love y'all. Today, y'all showed me so much love. I was off of work today, and it was an amazing day. And then I was seeing all the shares. I really appreciate y'all. And it wasn't for ratchet commentary, because I love a little ratchet. But today was about history and our present, okay? Because they say if you don't know your history, you're bound to repeat it. But we're doing it to ourselves. So let's free ourselves, okay? Have a good one. Do say.